If you are a product manager who develops new products from scratches, you might have met such challenges. For example, you have lots of ideas but don't know where to start. You try many different ways but keep making mistakes, losing money, and give up halfway. Even worse, you see people keep shipping goods all the time, but you are still spinning the circles. I know how that feels because I was there too. As a non-tech guy from sales position, I have no engineering background, no in-house engineer team, no experience. Yet in 2019, I got a chance to involve into product development. Now I'm confident to say that I can transform from concepts into physical products to mass production and shipments. Later, I realized that many companies, no matter Chinese domestic companies or overseas companies, no matter small companies or large companies, many of them do not have a real product manager position. This job is often taken by either the boss, the sales manager, or the buyer. The most common words I heard from them is, look, our competitors are doing like this, so we should too. They are developing new products every year, and they are pursuing differentiation strategies. However, most of them are handling the projects according to own preferences or by their experiences in the industries. To someone like me, with zero foundation and jump across different fields, I cannot create out the products and then introduce to the markets and give it a bet. Too much risk. So I kept learning and thinking and review from the projects we have ever handled. Now I'm confident to see that I got something to share with you guys to help you have an easier life. How to launch a new product development case. I think the first of the most is to have a big picture of the project. For example, a mobile phone project, okay? We need to know it has structure part, electric part, and maybe some cases, okay? So we need at least structural engineers, electrical engineers, maybe packaging engineers or buyers and production managers. We need a pilot team for this project. If your company do not have such talents, it doesn't matter because we can outsource. We can outsource from the freelance markets, or we can also source from the factories or the suppliers, candidate factories or suppliers. It's also fine. I think the title product manager is well said. You need to manage the resources to make that product out. I have built up a framework called Grow model for my own use. I would like to share with you today. Grow. Which is gather pain points, refine MVP, campaign. Refine MVP. Products, offer stories, and win feedbacks. We can see the whole process into 4 sections. At the very beginning, we gather the pain points. We can gather either from our own experiences or from our friends or online. We need to list out 10 to 20 pain points. Of the customers. And then we can use a scamper method to think about the solutions. The scamper is short for substitute. For example, this cup is made of steel. So can we use plastic or glass to replace the material? Substitute. Or say is combine. Okay, we got this cup and we have a heater. So can we combine the heater and the cup to a heater cup? Combine or adapt. This function may be used is often used on industrial part. Can we use that function into our maybe food production field? M is modify. Okay, this cup is in a round shape. Can we transform into a triangle shape? Modify. The P is put into another use. Still, this cup is for drinking water, right? Can we use it to plant the flowers? E is eliminate. We maybe still this cup. Okay, there is a handle, right? Can we remove this handle? R means reverse or rearrangement. Still, okay, this cup, we drink water like this. Can we drink from the bottom? Okay. So now we got the solutions. We collect the solutions by this way. And then the next step is to ask maybe small group of people, how are they willing to pay for this solution? Are they willing to, can we get this paid? And then we, now here we have 10 to 20 pain points. And can we get one pain points that really matters, that really hurts? So we focus on this pain point and refine the prototypes. At this stage, we need to create out the core function products, minimum viable product. At the very beginning, maybe you just for example, if you want to make a statue, maybe You just make a sketch like this. It's a head. Okay, you understand and your team members understand. It's fine. And maybe you just make some housing by cardboards. It's fine. And then you make a functional prototype, a very rough prototype that functionally works. Actually, for now, we also it's very convenient to use 3D printed prototypes, and it's not that expensive, quite affordable. You make out the prototype, test the functions, and refine. Refine. Okay. After you're satisfied about the prototypes, you offer to your friends or your team members or some volunteers to test and get their feedbacks. Then there is a checklist for you. You need always ask yourself, does the product is simple enough for use? Is it low cost enough for the customers? And do the product can offer instant value? And can it play well with the ecosystem? Now we go to the marketing phase. Offer the stories. So at the very beginning, you just need a very small batch as trial order to test the market. And if that works, it's time to create our own brand story. For example, look, I had this problem before, so I create out this product, and it works well, and also works for others. And then we can introduce our early bird plan. Introduce to more clients, introduce to more users, introduce our USP, why you need to buy from us, why this product works. And then we gather the data. How many people paid? How many people viewed but not paid? Why? We need to analyze and adjust. When the feedbacks, we should check the feedbacks from the users frequently. Then we know in their eyes what are the pros and the cons of our products, and then we can sort out the priorities, which parts are the most important and urgent, and then according to that we can update our products every 1 to 3 months. Then we check on how to join to larger ecosystems. The last step is to back to the very beginning step. we need to find out the new pain points and start again. When you follow the 4 grow steps, your product development stops being like a guesswork. Remember this, the great products aren't born from the genius ideas or huge teams. They're built by product managers like you and me, using the right methods to solve the right problems. That's the secret. Thank you for your watching. Good luck.